there, Internet! I've been tagged again by the incredible Nat C, and this book tag is a little different because she came up with it all by herself. She invented her own tag. I think it's great. Even before she tagged me, I wanted to be a part of it. She calls it the Top 3 tag, and how it works is she's come up with all these different categories, and you basically have to say your top 3 favorite or least favorite things in that category. There's a whole lot to get through, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. First category, top 3 favorite male characters. In no particular order: Sean Kendrick from the Scorpio Races, Professor Dumbledore from Harry Potter series, and I couldn't come up with a way to narrow this down any further, so I'm just going to lump together my Austen men with Mr. Knightley from Emma, Captain Wentworth from Persuasion, and of course Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. Category number 2. Top 3 least favorite male characters. A lot of nerd fighters are gonna hate me for this one, but Holden Caulfield from Catcher in the Rye. I thought he was the biggest phony the first time I read this book, but I read it again and I changed my mind. But the first time, wanted to punch him. Second is Amory from F. Scott Fitzgerald's This Side of Paradise. And third is John from Meg Cabot's Abandoned trilogy. No. Category number 3. Top 3 favorite female characters. Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series, Anne Elliot from Persuasion, and Lindsay Lee Wells from John Green's An Abundance of Catherines. Category number 4. Top 3 least favorite female characters. Number 1, Pierce Oliviera from the Abandoned trilogy. I really wanted to like this series, it just didn't click. Number 2 is Amy from the novel Pretty Amy. And number 3 is Jessa from Instructions for a Broken Heart. I wanted to like these books and characters, but it's just didn't work really. Category number 5, favorite quotes. This is almost impossible because there's a book I keep just of my favorite quotes from books, but I've managed to narrow it down to 3. Number 1, from Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. When people don't express themselves, they die one piece at a time. You'd be shocked at how many adults are really dead inside, walking through their days with no idea who they are, just waiting for a heart attack or cancer or a Mack truck to come along and finish the job. It's the saddest thing I know. Number 2 is from the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. I don't want to be married just to be married. I can't think of anything lonelier than spending the rest of my life with someone I can't talk to, or worse, someone I can't be silent with. And number 3, from The Sky is Everywhere, Each Time Someone Dies, a Library Burns. Category number 6, top 3 series or books that I was really unsatisfied with the ending. Number 1 would be the Matched trilogy by Ali Kandi. Number 2 is 13 Little Blue Envelopes series. I really loved the first book, and then the second one just didn't feel necessary to me. I don't know why it went there. And number 3 is the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series. I loved this book when I was an adolescent. I loved this series, but then she wrote a 5th one that takes place about 10-ish years later. And I was like, why? Why did you do those things that you did? And just stop at 4. That's okay. Category number 7, top 3 favorite covers. The Chaos of Stars by Kirsten White is gorgeous. This is just the art when you see it in real hardcover beautifulness. It's amazing. Love this. Number 2 is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is the paperback, but I love the original hardcover cover that it goes all the way around, and it's the first time where Harry really looked how I imagined him to, and that the whole cover shows pieces of the story in a really just beautifully illustrated way. And number 3, again, The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. I love the simplicity and the cover, and that it just totally fits the tone of the story. I love this. Category number 8, top 3 favorite required reading. These are all books I actually read in high school. Top number 1 by far is To Kill a Mockingbird. Number 2, The Great Gatsby. I honestly haven't read it since I was a junior in high school, but it was a perfect spring break assignment. And number 3, Their Eyes Were Watching God. Category number 9, top 3 least favorite required reading. Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky, and what was the other 3? Oh, these were for college. One of them was Jemima J by Jane Green, and I Don't Know How She Does It by Allison, Pearson. These two I read for a women's lit class, and they just made me angry. And finally, category number 10, the top 3 books I can't wait for release. Number 1 by far is Winter by Marissa Meyer, the final book in the Lunar Chronicles series. I can say that because I've already read Cress, and it was amazing, and I can't wait to find out how book 4 is going to come in, and why is 2015 so far away? Number 2 is Split Second, the sequel to Casey West's Pivot Point. I am so anxious. Can't wait for that one. And number 3 is Geek Girl by Holly Small. This is a series that it's actually already out in the UK, but it's not going to be out in the United States, I think, until next year, maybe 2015. Either way, it's entirely too long, and I cannot wait to read it myself. So those are all of my books, all of my thoughts for this incredible tag. Thanks, Natsy, for thinking of me. And I have a whole list of people I want to tag, and I'm hoping to get it on the ground floor since this is the first sort of round of tagging people. I challenge Rincey from Rincey Reads, Evil Clementine, Bookish Thoughts, Sarah Klein, Lexi Reviews, and these are 2 long shots. I would be amazed if these people made responses and took this tag, but I really hope they will. 1 is Sana from Books and Quills, and number 2 is any of my students who are subscribed or watch my videos now, because I know there are a few of you. Just give it a shot. You'll be fine. Those are all of my books, all of my thoughts, all of my usual links are down below. Comments are always welcome, and that's it for me for now. Take care. Bye!